Megs here, otherwise known as MegsCahill or TheMegsCahill. So today I'm going to be talking about something that I get asked about all the time, like literally all the time. So I wanted to talk about the topic of becoming a professional makeup artist. So I am 20 years old, I'm a professional makeup artist, and I am living my dream job. But I get a lot of questions asking how I got started, tips for people who want to be professional makeup artists, kind of just how I got to the point where I am today. So if you guys didn't know, I'm 20 years old. I've been doing makeup professionally for 2 years, but I have been doing makeup since I could pick up a brush. I've always loved makeup so much, and since I was old enough to literally hold a brush or like a pencil in my hand, I was doing makeup and like applying like eyeliner on my cousins and stuff, and like I just loved makeup so much. When I was like 6 years old, I had like a blush in my mom's room. I would always like run and hide and like put it on my cheeks, then like put it back so she didn't notice. But so literally since I can remember, I've always played with makeup or been drawn to makeup. So I kind of knew that was something I wanted to do. But as soon as I graduated from high school, I definitely knew I wanted to take it more professionally. So my senior year, I was actually working at a Mexican restaurant called Rodrigo's, or Don Jose's if you guys know what restaurant that is. But I was working there and I wasn't very happy. I just wanted money, so that's why I was like, I need to get a job anyways, just because as you get older, you know, you're like, oh, it's time to get a job. But I really wanted to do makeup, but I didn't really know where to step into doing makeup professionally, so I was just working at this Mexican restaurant for the time being. But once I was able to go full-time into makeup, my life literally changed. So once I was able to jump into makeup full-time, I feel like my life literally changed. I just figured out exactly where I should be, what I wanted to do, and I just ran with it. So if you guys didn't know, with me being a professional makeup artist, I obviously do YouTube and social media stuff because that stuff is so much fun, and I love like showing you guys my personality too. I grew up singing and dancing and acting, so I love being in front of the camera, so that's why I definitely wanted to do like YouTube and stuff like that, and I love like speaking to people and stuff, so I definitely wanted to keep that a big part of my life. But I also love doing makeup professionally. So with being a professional makeup artist, I do like a lot of photo shoots. I do like makeups for weddings or proms and stuff like that. I've been published in multiple magazines, some of them including Maxim and Forbes magazine. I've also been published, not me, but my work has been published in Epitome magazine, GQ magazine, so all that stuff, which is super awesome. I've also been, my work has been featured on Sports Illustrated on their websites and stuff like that. So starting out with my photo shoot stuff, I was more geared towards like the Maxim, Sports Illustrated, Beachy, Victoria's Secret kind of makeups. From there, I worked for E! for a little bit on a pilot for a TV show that was supposed to come out, and then what else have I done? And then from there, I actually really wanted to work with an artist, as in like a singer, because I grew up singing and I absolutely love music so much, and I think it'd be so cool to do like a DJ's makeup or like a singer or an artist and just get to like travel, and that would just be so cool. So that was always like a dream job of mine. And I started working with social media people, so like Amanda Cerny, Katya Gleason, Jake Paul, Erica Costal. I've done all their makeup, but Amanda Cerny was one of the main people I did makeup for. So for a hot minute, we were together for a while. And then one day I was doing her makeup, and the guy that was doing her hair on that day on set for her shoe really liked me, and he kept me in mind. I didn't think he would really like keep me in mind, but he did. And he recommended me on to a girl named Taylor Gray, who is a singer and songwriter, and who I am touring the world with now. And she is such a doll, and she's 20 years old, and we get along so well, and it is so cool to be able to say that I am traveling the world with her. Like, it's so cool. In the past like month, I have to say I've been to at least like 20 states. Like, we literally every day we're like jumping from different states and cities, and just seeing her perform. And like, the music industry is so much fun. I think this is kind of like my niche, honestly, for the music industry, because I feel like it's just so cool. Like, I get to like go, I do their makeup, get whoever it is ready, I go to the show with them, touch them up before they go on stage, get to watch their whole performance, and then it's done. Like, it's so much more fun than working on set for like a movie or a music video, and you're on set for 12 hours and you're constantly powdering like 5 different people, and it's kind of stressful and you're tired. Like, I just think the music industry is so much more fun, and like I feel so much more comfortable there, and I feel like the music industry is more where I feel like my niche is going to be, versus being just like commercials and stuff like that. I also was flown to Morocco to do makeup for Amanda Cerny in a music video she was on. In this music video was Amanda Cerny and Abla Sophie, so they were starred in the music video, so I did Amanda's makeup for it, and I was flown to Morocco for 12 days, and it was absolutely amazing. And I got to work with French Montana, Red One, Dinah James from Fifth Harmony, and it was so amazing. And it was so cool to like, I think that's kind of where like the music part of it kind of like started to stick for me. Like, I don't know, I just love, like, artists are really cool and laid back people, and I feel like they're sometimes a lot more chill than a lot of actors are, but I guess it could flip-flop. It just depends who the person is. But I think I really love the music industry. But it's crazy to think I'm 20 years old and I've already accomplished all this stuff. Like, I have publications, I've worked for some huge companies, I've done makeup for some huge people, I got to fly to Morocco, I'm getting to travel the US and the world for my work. Like, I think that's so insane, and at 20 years old I'm so proud to say that that's what I do, and that's what I've accomplished so far, and I know that I'm only going forward going to accomplish more and get to do more amazing things. So let's talk a little bit more about what you guys can do to get started, and some tips I think are really, really important that I wish I knew or that I've learned. So I think it's really important to have some sort of training. I don't think that to be a professional makeup artist you need to be like go to like makeup school or anything like that. I personally did not go to makeup school, but I did take some basic training classes that I think every artist should have. I believe every artist should be trained in color theory. 115% you need to know color theory. If someone has redness in their skin or rosacea or acne or a birthmark, you need to know how to correct that, or like weird freckling or anything like that. Like, that's something that you need to know how to correct. And too, with eye color, like, you should look at someone's eye and know exactly what colors you would want to pull to make their eyes pull. So I believe that's really important to know. So definitely becoming an artist, you need to know color theory 125%. Next up is sanitation. I think that's so important. I cannot stress enough how important sanitization is. I see so many people on YouTube here doing like professional makeup video things, and they're doing makeup on these clients, but they're using the absolute same lip gloss on every person and applying you know, freaking concealer wands to everyone's face, which I think is disgusting, because especially with moisture, bacteria grows. So if you're like taking this concealer and you're like dabbing it on someone's, say, pimple, and then you're putting it back in there, and then someone has nice skin and you're putting it on them, you're putting that germs from their pimple onto the face, and once it's in that bottle, since it's liquid, it starts manifesting and getting bigger and multiplying, and I just think that's so gross. So it's definitely important to know sanitization, especially for people with really sensitive skin that you're working on. You need to be able to know that. And to, like, with mascara wands, that's a big no-no. So with some clients, I literally, what I'll do is just buy like a drugstore mascara, and I will just keep that assigned to that client if they're consistent with me, because I don't want to keep, I like how it is better with the mascara that's like already coated. So like for Taylor, she has her own couple mascaras I use for her depending on what day, or like certain clients, or I'll even have people bring their own mascara. Total side tangent. But yeah, so I think that sanitization and color theory are two huge things that you need to know. You also need to understand the skin tones and like matching foundations. So I think those things are really, really important to know. But otherwise, like, I don't think you really necessarily need to go to makeup school if you're just trying to do like beauty makeup or editorial makeup. I think if you have a niche for it, you're gonna just get it. Like me, like, I just get it. I don't know what it is. I was just born with it. I just understand it. I don't need to have someone teaching me how to do every little aspect of like a shadow and stuff. Like, I just understand, which I think is a big part of unique artists. A lot of unique artists that know that they were born to be artists will just kind of understand these things. But if you don't, you can definitely go to school and learn. Just make sure you have a good teacher, because there's a lot of schools that just take so much money from you and you're not going to be learning too much. So it's really hard to like kind of maneuver around. I know. I definitely recommend master classes. I think it's so important to consistently be taking master classes. Me, as working professionally, I'm still 100% always down to take a class from anyone. I think that is credible. So I think it's always important to keep learning. As an artist, you should always keep learning, because trends are changing every single day and you need to be on top of those. And it's always good to like keep learning and observing. Like, there's no rules to makeup. It should not, there's no like one specific way you have to do everything. Like, everything is so different and people carry different products and apply them differently. So I think it is so important to consistently be learning, whether that's studying YouTube videos or taking master classes or any of the above. But I think that's really important to always keep learning. So anyways, with that basic training, I think is really important. The next step I would say is to team up with a photographer. I think that is like so important. Candy Johnson told me this when I was first starting, and that honestly helped me so much. I found a photographer that I loved and I meshed really well with, and we shot together. And you know, at first I did it for free, and then we negotiated like our little price point. So remember, when you're starting as a makeup artist and you want like pictures and stuff like that, just throw out some work for free. I know it's gonna kind of suck to be like, oh, I'm doing this for free, but you're gonna get pictures in return. Do it as a trade, and it's only gonna get your name out more. So I definitely recommend teaming up with a photographer. I think that is so important. I teamed up with my photographer and I got amazing high quality photos all the time. We were shooting like every single day, and with every single model I met, I made sure to make a connection with, so that way those models, if they liked my makeup, then from that point on they had me in mind for makeup jobs. So that was really important to me because a lot of the models that I did through him, which were like big Instagram girls or pageant girls, stuff like that, people who needed those like nice pictures, they often needed makeup artists, and if they really liked me, they would pull me for multiple jobs. So that was super important. So I think it's like absolutely crucial for makeup artists starting out, if you can team up with a photographer, like I think that'll be the absolute best first step you can do, because you're instantly getting pictures back to you. And if you can negotiate out your price range, they're always trying to shoot their photos, and they can throw out that I have a makeup artist, this is her rate, and if you get pulled, you get photos, you get work, and you're meeting new clients consistently. So I think teaming up with a photographer is a huge first step to take in the professional realm. That's going to help you a lot. Another tip I could say for becoming a professional makeup artist is being kind and being humble is a huge thing. I know a lot of makeup artists that I would pull for jobs when I can't make it, but I won't pull them because I know their work is good, but I don't like their attitude, or I don't like how they carry themselves or represent themselves in a professional setting. So I think it's really important to be like sweet and like humble, but obviously be yourself. If you have a certain personality, portray that, but it's really important to be very respectful and kind while you're on set and stuff like that, or with whatever client you're working with, because remember, those clients can pass you on to other jobs. So I think that's super, super important. So I try to make like a little bond with every single one of my clients, so that way I know if they ever have an award show coming up, or an event, or a prom, or a wedding, that they're going to pull me, because not only do they like my makeup style, but they are connected with me. So they know that they trust me, they feel comfortable with me, and they're going to pull me again. Word of mouth is really, really huge in the makeup industry, in any industry actually. So it's really important, like I said, to connect and network no matter where you are, because you never know, your next client could be pulling you for your next biggest job. It's kind of hard being a makeup artist though, because if you don't have like a consistent company or an agency or anything like that, like I'm freelance, I don't have an agency, you have to be finding your own work consistently, which if you're a go-getter, that's perfect for you to be a makeup artist and a go-getter, because you need to be able to be on top of your own stuff, because you don't have a boss, you don't have someone telling you what to do, you have to do it all yourself. So it's really important that if you decide to become a professional makeup artist, that you understand that you have to be a go-getter, you have to do these things on your own, you have no one pushing you to do it, you have no one making you get up in the morning, you have to find your own jobs, and you have to make those connections with your clients. But I definitely recommend trying to network everywhere you can, and I know social media is huge, but I think it's really important to have a social media for your makeup or your artistry. This could apply for hairstylists too. But I do think it's really important. Growing up, when I took a color theory class with a really credible makeup artist, she actually laughed at me for having a YouTube and an Instagram, and which is funny because now that's what's huge, and so many people use that as their portfolios. So I think it's really important to have social media. Just somewhere that's showing your work does not mean you have to have a big following by any means, but just somewhere to show your work, to where clients can like follow you and connect with you and have those pictures to like show other people, you know what I mean? So I think social media plays a really big part. You need to have business cards as well. I think that's super important. Wherever you are, you never know like who you're going to run into, and you might need to be passing out a card, or like if I had my card it would be perfect. So I think that's really important to always have business cards on you. Every situation needs to be a marketing situation for you as a makeup artist. Every single person you talk to, you have to keep in mind in the back of your head that they might need a makeup artist or someone for a job. So I would say every single person you talk to, if you can make that into a marketing situation, do it. And don't make it like a pushy like situation. But if they say something and you're like, oh my gosh, hey, like your makeup looks beautiful, and they're like, thank you, and you're like, you know, if you ever need a makeup artist, I'm totally a makeup artist, or like little things like that. Or if you meet someone that's in the industry of like production or music or anything like that, it's okay to, you can mention, hey, like I'm a makeup artist, I would love to work with you. Little things like that. And I think every situation turns into a marketing situation to me in my head. Every single person I connect to, if I know that there's a slight chance that I could be pulled for makeup with them, I will throw that out there. So I think that's really important, to really represent yourself at all times, market yourself well through communication with people, and really just be yourself and try to get yourself out there as much as possible. So word of mouth is a huge thing. That's why I say it's really important to really be yourself and to be kind. Like no matter what, be kind. Like the worst makeup artists are the makeup artists that are so entitled and just bitchy and rude. I hate those people, because I have so many times where I'm like, hey Megs, I need you for a job, and I'm like, well, I'm booked on tour, so I need someone to replace me. And I have multiple makeup artists that I would love to pull because their work is pretty good, but their attitudes are so bad that I will not pull them for jobs. So I think that's a huge, huge thing. Like you need to make sure that you're representing yourself well, because like I said, every opportunity could be another opportunity to get passed on to a new job or a new client. And if you're being rude or hard to work with or being like a diva, then no one's going to want to hire you. So I definitely think having a photographer, teaming up with a photographer is a huge key point. I think having your basic training is super important. I think you guys need to always be learning, and you need to always be marketing yourself. Like 100% always be marketing yourself, and always be representing your brand. If you go out somewhere and you have your makeup all cute, and someone's like, oh my god, I love your makeup, throw it back. Oh, I'm a makeup artist. I would love to do your makeup, or I have social media. Here you can kind of see some of my work, and if you ever want to book me, DM me, or here's my card. So you always need to be marketing yourself. The industry that I work in as a makeup artist is a little tough. It's a very dog-eat-dog world. A lot of people aren't very trusting, and a lot of people will step on your toes or take your job. And this is totally in a professional-only aspect, not in a social media YouTube, even though I agree with this statement on both sides. Just in a professional aspect, you have to know that it's a very hard industry, and it's almost like a competition. A lot of makeup artists aren't very nice, and you know, if someone can take that job from you, they're going to try to take that job from you because they want that job. So it's really important just to be like, I always stay true to myself, and that has helped me so much with jobs and clients. Like, I know that I am a respectable, kind person. I know I treat people well, and I'm not going to be rude on set, and I'm not hard to work with. I'm so laid back. Like, if someone's like, hey, we want to switch up the makeup, cool, let's do it. Like, you know what I mean? Don't be like, I just spent an hour and a half on her makeup, I'm not gonna. No, if you're gonna be a diva like that, walk off set, because no one's gonna want to deal with you on set. So honestly, my personality and just being myself, being kind, being helpful has helped me so much as a makeup artist. And just because you're a makeup artist doesn't mean you can't help with other things too. If you're willing to help other people on set with other things, like say I'm doing makeup and I'm totally sitting like just waiting for like my next client, or like just waiting for like the scene to be done, say I'm on like commercial set or something like that, and someone's moving something, they're like, like I wish we had one more hand. Like, be that hand. Like, offer your help. Like, if you can help in other realms than just makeup on set, they're gonna absolutely love you, because they're gonna be like, wow, she's our makeup artist, but she was so kind to help us and stuff like that. Like, it's always important to be observant of the things around you, and if you can step in and help in like a little way, like, do it. And it's just a huge thing to know. Huge thing to know that even though you're the makeup artist, you're not the star of the show. Like, you're behind the scenes, so you need to be making your client feel amazing, making your client feel like they're ready to go, whether that's just being for an award show and it's like a client makeup and go, or whether that's on set. You need to make sure that they feel like you're their comfort, because you're going to be spending a lot of time together too. As far as artists go, I want to make a quick little thing about the artist aspect of the makeup industry. So if you are working with like an artist, like traveling with an artist, or someone who's big on social media and stuff like that, you have to know that it's not about you, it's about the person you're with. So, which I think is super important, because I think a lot of makeup artists feel very entitled to themselves. So say they're working on a client and they go out with this client that's like an artist, a singer, and you're going to a party and you're like, oh, well, I need time to like get ready, or like, oh my gosh, like you're trying to look like all done up, and you know that your artist isn't 100% comfortable with that, that's a problem. You have to know that you're not the star of the show, the person you're working for is, and you need to make them feel absolutely gorgeous and beautiful and loved. And which to me, I know people are gonna be like, well, I'm just a makeup artist, it sounds kind of silly, but I'm saying from my standpoint, what has made me successful is showing that I'm a good makeup artist and I'm caring. And when you have someone that you like being around, they're gonna rehire you, they're gonna bring you back. Especially with artists, if they have another show and they felt comfortable with you and they trusted you, they're gonna bring you back. It's really important to know as a makeup artist, you are not the main star of the show. Once you're in your own realm of your own social media stuff and all that, go ahead, be like the biggest star you want. But with doing clients' makeup and stuff, you need to make sure that your client is the one that you're making your client feel like so special. I'm not asking, this is gonna be like a weird subject, so it's not like I'm asking you to not be yourself or like anything like that, but I'm just saying, like, the makeup artist isn't the main person in the situation. You're being hired for this job, so whoever you're being hired by should be, like, for example, an artist. So like if I go on tour with Taylor, I'm not going to be like, okay, no, I like that. Like, no, I'm there for Taylor, and I want Taylor to feel absolutely amazing, and I love Taylor, and my job is to make sure she feels beautiful the whole time and watch her, and you know what I mean? It's a different aspect. And you know, some makeup artists are very about themselves, and I think that's what makes them not be hired as much. So I think just really caring about your client and making sure that they feel the most beautiful, and they don't feel like awkward or anything like that. This is kind of like a weird thing to explain, but I just think it's really important to know that you're not the star of the show. You're the makeup artist, you were hired, so you need to make the star of the show feel like the star of the show. The really cool thing about being in the music industry too is once you work with one person, say they have like a band, all those band members are connected to other people, the tour manager is connected to other people. So if you guys can get in with an artist or like a celebrity or like an upcoming social media person, well, not really social media person as well, let's talk more music industry first. If you can get in with a music industry kind of person, then everyone in their band has other connections, and if they like you, they'll pull you for other jobs too. So let's say like you're working on set and you're hired by one person on set, but the other people on set really like you. Well, they might need a makeup artist or something, and if they really liked you, they will remember you for their next job. So that again comes down to just being very easygoing and knowing that other people can rely on you. Another tip to get your name out: don't ever feel like you can't DM people. Definitely DM people, email people, put yourself out there. It's okay. I think a lot of people are like, I want to be a makeup artist, but like no one's really coming to me. Like, it's kind of like I said, like you're your own boss. You got to take it upon yourself to push yourself out there. So what I would do is I would literally DM makeup companies, and I do this for social media stuff too, but especially as an artist, if they ever need a makeup artist for campaigns or anything, I would DM them, hey, I really like your work. I'm a professional makeup artist. Here are some pictures I've done. I would love to work with you guys. Little things like that. Or I did that a lot with social media people. If there was someone that I really, really wanted to work with on social media, I would say, hey, my name's Megs. I'm a professional makeup artist. You could totally check out my page. I absolutely adore either your work, your style, whatever it is. I'd really love to work with you, and I would offer our first makeup for free, and then if they liked me, we would negotiate our price and go from there, which is really cool because then they'll be like, oh yeah, free makeup, and then that gives you a chance to really grab them, because if you do someone's makeup and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful, I feel so beautiful, they're going to want to hire you again. So I always offer that first little free kind of exchange if I'm approaching them, because I want them to give me the chance to really capture them. So what I like to do is DM people that I would love to work with, no matter how big they are. I don't care, I'll still DM them, and DM them or email them, and I ask them if they would like to work together. I say, I would love to work with you, I'd love to do your makeup, I will offer a first makeup for free, and if you do like my makeup and want to use me more, we can negotiate our price and go from there. Definitely feel free to DM people and email people. Like, it's okay, you can reach out. Not all work is going to walk your way. Sometimes you have to push out to get back. Another good tip is if you want to like target, say like the wedding industry. Let's go with the wedding industry. So if you want to target the wedding industry, me as a makeup artist, some tips would be to hook up with a hairstylist. So if you guys could find a hairstylist in your area that you really like, or someone on social media, depending, like if you're LA based, go ahead and social media. It just kind of depends where you are, I guess. But if you want to do like weddings, for example, it would be really awesome to pair up with a hairstylist, as in someone who likes to actually style hair, like for weddings and such, because then you guys can be like your package deal. So you as a makeup artist, you'll be like, I can do your makeup. Oh, I also have a really cool hair girl. Here's her rates. For her as well, she'll do hair. Oh, I have a really good makeup girl. Here's her rates. Because I know as a makeup artist, I'm constantly asked for good hairstylists, and I know I have hairstylist friends who are constantly asked for their clients needing a makeup artist as well. So I think it's really, really important if you can get in with like another hairstylist and kind of be your own team. That would be ideal for like the wedding industry, or like for celebrities, whatever route you're gonna go. If you just do hair or just do makeup, I think it's really smart to find a person in the opposite industry in the other things, like hair, have a makeup, so on, or even stylists too. Makeup, hair, and stylist. I think if you can team up with any of those kind of people, it's going to only benefit you in the end, because when they get hired for jobs, they're going to bring up that they have a makeup artist that they trust, and if it's someone they trust, they're going to hire you. For example, like I have some clients that I know, if I was like, I have a hairstylist and I love him, they'll be like, well, I'm going to use him over everyone else because I know you love him. So they trust my opinion. So if you can get in with a hairstylist or a like clothing stylist, that would be really awesome for you as an upcoming makeup artist, because it's just more people to recommend to you. Same thing with like wedding shops and stuff like that. Take your cards to like a wedding shop, put them in there if weddings is something you want to gear towards. So that way when women are checking out for their bridal dresses, or grooms checking out for their suits and stuff, you'll see your cards, and if they're looking for a makeup artist, they'll see that and be like, oh shoot, I'm looking for a makeup artist. So it's definitely like a little easy way. Just go into some bridal shops, ask, hey, I'm a makeup artist, I would love to do wedding makeup, would you mind if I threw a few cards in here? And if they're like, yeah, like most places will say yes. So don't be afraid to go into places like that and offer to put some cards in, or even like nail salons too, put some makeup cards there, little things like that. It's really important to try to get yourself out there as much as possible, because like I said, you have no boss in this situation unless you're signed to an agency. But it's really you pushing yourself to get these jobs and these clients and stuff like that. So anything that you can do, you need to do to get started until you're consistent with whatever you want to do. This didn't happen overnight for me, guys. I worked at Rodrigo's for about a year and a half, and I was doing photo shoots on the side. So I would work 3 days a week at the Mexican restaurant, and then I would drive to Orange County 4 days a week. I live in the Inland Empire in California, so in the U.S. So I would drive 4 days out of the week. I would drive like 40 minutes to go do makeup for like not much money either, but I still wanted to do it because this is what I wanted to do, and I needed pictures, and I wanted, just being in makeup in any sense was amazing to me in a professional realm. So 3 days a week I would work at Rodrigo's, 4 days a week I would drive. Some days I would drive to OC in the morning, drive back and go to work at night. So I kind of made it work for like a year and a half until I felt like I could really quit my job and go full force into makeup. So like I said, guys, this isn't something that happened overnight for me. I'm 20 years old. It took me about like a year and a half to get where I am now, which I know that's really like no time for me being as like high up in my makeup game as I am. But I really honestly I worked really hard. I tried to put myself out there as much as possible. I tried to connect with every single person I met, and I just really wanted this bad, and I knew I wanted this bad. So once I quit my job, I focused on doing those photo shoots in Orange County a lot. I did them like almost every day, so that was awesome. I was working for that photographer, and then I would get weekend jobs like, hey, I'm going to a wedding, I need makeup, or like little things, you know, like going out, or like proms and homecomings. I make a quick $700-800 in a day, because just so many girls want their makeup done. So that's another thing. Put your cards or flyers at high schools if you're comfortable with that. Your homeschool high school, throw some cards there. You know, girls are wanting to get their makeup done for every dance and every occasion they can in high school. So guys, this definitely didn't happen overnight for me. I worked pretty hard in the professional realm for like a year and a half to get where I wanted to be. I would work at a Mexican restaurant 3 days a week and then drive to Orange County the other 4 days, or sometimes drive to OC in the morning. It's like a 40-minute drive from my house. Sometimes traffic comes like an hour and a half. And I would go to Orange County, do a makeup, drive straight home, change, and go to work at Rodrigo's. So this didn't happen for me overnight. I didn't jump straight into makeup professionally. I kind of weeded off my job slowly to where I finally felt like I could be on my own in makeup 100%. So like I said, this industry is very oversaturated, so you really need to stand out, be yourself, be kind, be consistent. Make sure that if this is something you want to do, you need to run full force with it once you can. Do everything you can to market yourself and get out there. It's pretty crazy to think that I'm 20 years old and I have publications in multiple magazines. I've worked for a few TV shows, I worked for celebrities, and I flew to Morocco. And now I'm touring the U.S. with an artist. It's absolutely insane to think about, but I'm 20 years old, and I've worked very hard to get where I am. And I know people are like, you're really lucky, but it's really not luck. It's me working very hard at what I do and loving it so much and being consistent and persistent and working hard. So I've come pretty far in a year and a half, and I know a lot of people are like, you've only done this a year and a half, that's so far. And I want to be an example to you guys that if this is something, or whatever you're doing, is something that you really love and you are super focused on it, and if you're going to market yourself and work hard, like, you can get high up fast. I would say I'm pretty high up in the makeup industry, and I know people are going to comment like, meh, but for me, I end up working with like 35-year-old makeup artists, 28-year-old makeup artists, 32-year-old makeup artists, and I'm 20. And every time they look at me like, you're 20, really? And by the end of the day, they're asking to assist for me, or I'm getting rehired the next day and they're not, which is pretty insane. So I'm pretty proud to say I'm 20 years old and killing it in the makeup industry. But I just wanted to share some tips with you guys. I know this video is probably all over the place. I didn't like map this out, and I definitely should have. But I was just sitting at home today kind of thinking about some things. So I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys. And this is more just about the professional realm only. But I work really hard to get where I am, and if you guys follow me on any other social media, like especially Snapchat, like, you guys know I'm go. I'm constantly working, I'm constantly flying to a different state, I'm constantly having clients, and if I'm not doing my professional makeup stuff, I'm doing my social media stuff or working with brands. But I hope some of these tips really helped you guys. If you guys have more questions, I'll do like a part 2, because I feel like this was kind of all over the place. Just leave them down below, and I'll definitely talk to you guys about them and do another video covering that. But I hope this helps. Mainly, I would just say get your basic training, and if you want to do a full training, do it. Always be learning, always be studying YouTube videos, always be studying, and but I say studying YouTube videos, I mean studying credible YouTube videos, because so many YouTube videos are teaching stuff that's not even correct. But like professional, like some people I love is like Natasha Denona, Jordan Liberty, like Anastasia Beverly Hills, they have some good videos, you know, just like that kind of stuff, the professional realm of stuff, watching client videos. But just know that the average client video sometimes isn't 100% correct on what they're doing on someone's face. Not that there is a right or wrong, but some things are just kind of inappropriate to do. But Jordan Liberty, Natasha Denona, Anastasia Beverly Hills, King Mally Magic, she's amazing. Linda Hallberg, I love them all so much. Those are amazing people to watch and study. Jose Carrello, he's amazing too. Those are people that you should watch and study. So I think it's really important to consistently be learning, consistently take master classes, watch YouTube videos, study magazines. If there's a certain realm you want to go, if you want to go more like the Maxim Victoria's Secret vibe, study those magazines and their faces and how they're kind of portrayed. If you want to work for Guess, I've also worked for Guess, I don't know why I left that out, but if you want to work for Guess, study how the Guess makeup looks and how they kind of work, so you know, or certain artists, or reach out to those celebrities, reach out to those upcoming people. That's another thing. Try to hook up with upcoming people if you want to go with like the artist realm, like artists, celebrities, social media. Hook up with upcoming people, because then you guys can like go up together, only go up. But yeah, so I hope these helped you guys. I know it's kind of all over the place. I've just worked very hard to get where I am, and those are a few things that I wish someone would have told me going through all this, but I had to figure out my own, which is totally fine because now I can pass it on to you guys. But if you guys want to know more about anything professional realm or social media realm, but mainly like professional realm, leave it down below. If you guys have any questions that I didn't answer, leave them down below. So good luck to all of you guys who want to become professional makeup artists. I know I'm probably going to get some hate on this video because I have before, where people are like, if I were to walk in, I would think you're the lowest person on the totem pole. Whatever, I don't care. I know that this is my job. I know that I'm getting paid. I'm fully supporting myself off doing professional makeup, and I am credible. So if people want to say negative stuff about me on YouTube, I don't really care, because this is my job, and at the end of the day, I'm doing this full time and making a good living out of it. So to my makeup artists out there who are up and coming, or to my girls in high school thinking that they want to start makeup, or those people that have always loved makeup and want to jump into it, I hope these tips helped you. I kind of wish I knew these things jumping into it, but now that I'm in the industry, once you find your niche in the industry, it's so amazing. Like, I love my job. I feel like I never really work a day in my life. I get to travel and do makeup and be with an incredible band and an incredible artist who I get along with so well. So I'm so blessed to have her in my life and to have come as far as I have in the professional industry. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. And again, let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, all that stuff. If you guys have any negativity, get off my channel. I don't want it. I will block you. But anyways, follow me on my social medias to keep up with me, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.
Your little brother never tells you, but he loves you so. You said